Are you feeling stir crazy yet during quarantine? We're going to talk today about doing what you can during this wild ride that we're all in, and I'm going to just totally freeform it. I have no script, nothing at all. I haven't pre-planned anything. I just want to have an inspirational conversation, a reflective conversation about how we can do what we can in this moment. If this is your first time here, I'm Dr. Amanda Barrientos. I am the founder of NFA Coaching and the host of this podcast, Max Potential Habits. This is your place to come every week for tips, tools, and inspirational interviews to help you optimize your habits so you can thrive in life and business. And obviously, this is your place to come for a conversation about how to make ourselves better, how to improve our mindset, how to align our habits, how to get unstuck fast so we can do what we want to do in our life. And right now we are all being called to really master ourselves. In a moment of pattern interrupt, there's a huge opportunity to slow down, reset, reinvent yourself, if you have the mindset to do it that way. So I've had some really great conversations. Obviously, I'm stuck at home with my kids, which has been amazing and wonderful. And we've had really good conversations around this, around what do you do in a time of crisis? What is the meaning of this? Why is it happening in the first place? How do we see a crisis as an opportunity? What can you do in this moment? And I was cracking up because last night, yesterday, it was the weekend, and my daughters and I went on a hike because in Boulder, Colorado, they allowed the trails to stay open, as long as you practice social distancing when you cross people on the path and stuff like that. So we were like, let's get out of the house. Let's go on a hike. Do what you can, right? Do what you can mentality instead of getting stuck in the negativity and being like, I'm stuck here. I can't see anyone. There's nothing to do. What am I supposed to do with myself? I go, let's do what we can. So we went on a lovely hike. Had great conversations, got fresh air, exercised our bodies, and on the way home, one of my daughters was like, I really am just needing to feel like out of my pajamas and like there's some sort of purpose. So her and my other daughter decided to get dressed up for dinner and make a fancy dinner at home and just get dressed up and act like we're going out. It was amazing. And I had this beautiful moment of just watching them and watching my son was here too. And all three of us were having this lovely dinner. We were laughing, we were sharing, we were reflecting. And then we FaceTimed their dad, my ex-husband, who's their dad, who we're all close. And we FaceTimed because we were having a debate about an ethics issue. And it was just this beautiful moment where I thought, okay, awesome. This is a time for us to slow down, reflect, reset, connect, learn, grow, and do what we can. So in the personal space, do what you can. Can you exercise? Can you pick up a new hobby that you've been hesitating or haven't made the time for? Now you've got extra time. Do what you can to get started. Could you start doing yoga in your living room? I have a great program that I opt into. It's called Yoga Download. It has hundreds of yoga courses online. You can do it in the comfort of your living room. It's awesome. Could you start meditating? I use an app called Calm, C-A-L-M. They have a free version and they have tons of amazing meditation practices. You can do the paid version and get even more. I think they're running a promotion right now for $35 for the year. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I use it every single day. I have a mindset meditation kit on my website. It's $9. It's specific for business members. You could start meditating from that. There's so many things you could do right now. Okay, so then you think about your business. Where do you need to pivot? Are there places where you haven't given yourself enough time to brainstorm and reflect on what's working and what's not in your business? Could you use this time to journal more and to reflect, to go through your books and look at your highest ROI activities and the things that are working and the things that are not, and start pruning and redefining and reshaping what you're going to do when this time is over? I know that we're stuck in a place of uncertainty and we don't really know when this is going to end or exactly what's going to happen. I know for some of us, our businesses are completely transforming. Some people are sitting in a space of fear and doubt and uncertainty. What are you going to do with this time? Do what you can. Sometimes doing what you can means going in your bedroom and crying. Maybe you're scared and you need to allow yourself to feel what you feel in this moment. It's okay to feel sad and scared. We don't want to just push it away and act like it's not there. Allow it to come, surrender to the feeling, lean into it, cry, journal, share, reach out to a friend over Zoom, do what you can. Then shift and pivot in a direction where you can help yourself to be grateful, be of service, support yourself, take on a new habit that's going to support you aligning with something that's more powerful as you move into a future vision of yourself. I really love the power of the pattern interrupt that we're getting right now. How can we see this as an opportunity for this pattern interrupt to shake it all up? For us to think different, be different, act different. Remember, I've talked about all we have control of is our thoughts, our decisions, and our actions. So what are you going to do in this time to think in a new way? What are you going to do in this time to act in a new way? Right? Like really use this as a beautiful moment. I know I keep saying the word beautiful. To me, I know it's an interesting perspective that might be challenging for some to think of this as a beautiful moment, but I look at this as a purging, a cleansing, a releasing, a reinventing. If you choose to see it as an opportunity, if you choose to go, how could I be more friendly with my neighbor? Maybe you have an elderly neighbor that needs your help. Maybe you're going to reach out to your parents more and have more conversations with them so that they feel supported. Maybe you're going to create an online course. So in my business, I have spent this time mapping out an online course that I'm releasing at the time of this. It'll actually be released when you listen, by the time you listen to this. So I'm creating an online course and I go, okay, what's every area I can pivot? I've been invited onto webinars and to do speaking panels to help support other people. Can you do those things? Can you start writing a book? Can you start a podcast? When I started my podcast, this one, I was scared. I didn't know exactly what to do. I had partnered with someone and done a joint venture to start another podcast, and it was awesome, and we learned the ropes. We learned how to do it in a day. It was less than a day. We got on YouTube, we got on Google, we learned what we needed to learn, and we just went for it. You can do the exact same thing. You can literally start a podcast in 4 hours or less. So if that's something you've been interested, take the leap, do it. Read a book that helps you improve and empower yourself. There are a ton of good ones out there. I can give you, DM me on Instagram at NFA Coaching. At NFA Coaching, go to Instagram, DM me and say, hey, Amanda, I heard you have a list of great books. Send them my way. I will email you, I'll DM you back with a list of 10 books that will change and rock your world. So many good ones. Don't use excuses in this time to go, I'm scared, I don't know what to do, I'm not sure what the future holds. That's all okay, but don't use those as excuses to hold you back from using this time to have the pattern interrupt, to break free from your old ways of being and shift into something new. Reinvent yourself. Do what you can. In every moment, do what you can and ask yourself, how can I take on a new project? How can I reinvent myself? How can I have new thoughts? How can I take different action? How can I improve myself and be an incredible, amazing master of myself in this time? Is it waking up for morning meditation and then journaling and then going on a run or doing yoga in your living room? And then taking on a new business project, and then reaching out to network with people on LinkedIn. And then at the end of the day, you're like, awesome. I took on a whole bunch of new activities and thoughts to build my momentum in a different direction. At the end of this quarantine or social distancing period of time, you could be in a very different place, but only if you take action starting today. Only if you decide to do what you can today. I want that to be your focus this week. Ask yourself, what can I do? What can I do? How can I do it? How can I step into a new me, a new and improved version of myself? So that's my inspirational message for today. That's what's been on my mind. I got up and I went on a run this morning. I meditated, I journaled, I'm doing podcast stuff. I'm meeting with people online. I'm doing all kinds of stuff to just keep the momentum going. I have no clue what the future holds. I don't know what the future holds in my business. Everything could collapse. I have no idea, but I'm not going to focus on that because that's not what's happening today. Today I can make a contribution and today I can be the best version of myself. So if you've been listening to me for a long time, you know that my why is to help people get inspired to do whatever it takes to transform into the most empowered versions of themselves so they can lead rich, thriving, kick-ass lives and businesses. that's what I want for you today.